Hey YouTube. Okay, so 2685 highest elo of the season. As you know, I dropped an insane amount to 23, like 80ish. So I'm up about 300 plus elo in the last like week, thanks to the team from the last, I think yesterday, and then this team. So I started with Golurk, amoongus, and carbink. I've gone over amoongus multiple times. I think it's extremely strong in this meta. Golurk, I think it has a lot of play just because you can just outslap in the two shields. I'm like, okay, between that and amoongus, enough coverage, right? You're weak to water, you're weak to grass with Golurk. You can deal with that with amoongus. And I'm like, okay, I'm double weak to ice and I need some more bulk. So I'm like, what can deal with ice and bulk? And I'm like, carbink. So put that in. So overall, the team worked well. You're going to see a 5-0 here. You're going to see sort of a push of that. And then I was like, you know what? Galurk's a little too glassy. And then I think I forget what I had problems with, but like Carbink has some problems with like obviously grounds and waters. This adds like a double water weakness. I'm like, if you're gonna be double weak to water, I can't have something that just gets like one shot. So that's when I put in Diggersby to deal with that, just having a little more bulk. So that's the concept behind it. But you are like, you're double weak to ice in Diggersby and Amoongus. You're double weak to water in Carbink and Diggersby. So there's definitely flaws of the team. So just be aware that if you're going to be using this team, you will have potential issues that some you just can't work around. Like I ran into like I forget what it was. There's some Pokemon that are just like very, very tough. Like I ran into a couple Greninjas on the lead and it's just like, oof, you're in trouble. Okay, but ended up safe swapping or catching a move on the Amoongus. They came in with their Diggersby. Diggersby is just going to outpace here to the Fire Punches, which is okay. So getting outpaced to the Fire Punches. Back into Golurk because obviously Carbink's going to have a real tough time with that. And if they come back in with their Pangoro, like this is why it's like Carbink's such a weird one with the Rock Throw. Yes, it's fairy, and yes, you're going to resist fighting moves and all that stuff, but fighting is resisted by. Sorry, rock is resisted by fighting, so it kind of puts you in a weird spot. But I'm making a second catch in this game, and it is a Dust Noir in the back. And this is where I forgot how bulky Carbink was until I used it. And it was just like, oh, I don't need to shield anything. Like, you can take so much damage in neutral situations. Like, the Greninja Hydros did well over 50%. But, like, any sort of these neutral situations with, like, Astonish or, I mean, sorry, not Astonish, but, like, Shadow Punch or Dynamic Punch here. Like, even this, I'll live. I'm not worried about it. So, with that, Rock Throw is just not a great move. It's slow to charge, as you're seeing. And because you're so defensive heavy, it feels like it's like, wow, this is not doing as much damage as it should. Anyways, go into the farm down and Mud Slap down here for the win. Typhlosion, so fantastic lead. They're going to have to get out here, and they get out into Drifblim, and Amoongus is a pretty good answer. I could have gone Carbink. I've played this out both ways because I've had this safe swap before. You know, you're weak to ice here, which does put pressure on you. You do have a super effective Astonish and Foul Play. Now, you also have super effective Rock Throws and Carbink. So you really could play it either way. I played out this one. What do they have on the lead? They have... Oh, yeah, I let this go because I don't need it, right? Because if Typhlosion comes in, great. I've got an answer for it here immediately. And I will grab a shield here. And if not, I have the Carbink, which is also able to just take damage. So I may instant swap here. Yeah, may instant swap. There's a Toxapex in the back. So they are bulky. I'm bulky. Brine is super effective. So I don't need to shield the first one, but I may shield it anyways. I'll shield the second one. Maybe just, I always do this, see how much it does. And again, Brine's a bad move. And look at that. Not even close to getting the 50% with a super effective Brine. So love to see it. Have to power gem. Obviously, you don't hit hard either. So that's Carbink, right? You can take an insane amount of damage, but you can't put out a bunch. People were so excited for this Pokemon, and it was good for all of like 20 seconds before the meta turned into a groundwater meta, right? So it's kind of tough for Carbink to be out there right now. Grabbing that shield, Typhlosion comes in. I don't need to worry about any Typhlosion move. Even Blast Burn, I can take this. So I'm more worried about the Brine. So Blast Burn, resisted, have a move. take this out. He talk specs out here with the power gem. Okay, ice Pokemon. So right off the bat, this is tough. I am gonna go amoongus, and they thankfully instant swapped to Starmie. I think they saw the poison and then instant swapped, but with an Astonish, they are in big trouble here. And 1,000,000% I am fighting for switch here. I cannot have a go lurk on an ice Pokemon, and I have a rock Pokemon. So yeah, I'm gonna burn this. I don't care about throwing this right away. I just need to take switch. So we'll take switch. They now come in with Typhlosion. That's fine. And they instant swapped into Avalugg. Now Avalugg does have Earthquake. See if I decide to shield up the first one or shield up the next one. Shield up the first one. I know it has Earthquake. And again, I know I don't need to worry about the charge moves on Typhlosion, really. So shield up. They shield back because they know they want to get off another one to maybe put me within resisted blast burn range. But if I can put up enough fast move pressure here, oh, that was quick. So now I will need to move. Instant swap so they don't get energy, and 2 mud slaps, really putting on pressure. Gwilurk is so attack heavy that this will take out this. I think this was part of my 5-0. Maybe this one. So Pangoro, again, maybe try and catch, maybe just play this out. Looks like I'll just play this out. I'll have to shield, respect the Night Slash, but I can probably grab a shield back here. Their attack rose. So as soon as you see the attack rise, you know that it's an easy bait, because pretty much at all costs they are going to shield to try to make this play out. So that's fine. I'll just bait and now take down. And of course Sola comes in, so I will trip and then get into my Amoongus, which can just Astonish down. Take a charge move and just Astonish down. Come out with some energy. So if they come in Pangoro, I'll take it out right away, and then we'll see what's in the back here. So take that out. I threw Grass Knot because I didn't really know how much Pangoro had. They're in the red, so I'm sure Foul Play would have taken out, but just wanted to be sure. And it is a Grumpig, sorry. Grumpig in the back. So I will grab a shield here. Putting on a lot of pressure. Let's see if I come Carbink. Okay, I just come Carbink just to absorb it. And again, this we're talking about. This is a Shadow Grumpig with one of the best fast moves in the game with a stab Psywave, and then that dynamic punch doesn't even put me at 50%. So I just take these moves with ease here. Not even the best IVs, 6, 12, 15. Pretty good IVs, but not amazing. Let's put it down here. It's been a while. It's been a while since I played with Carbink. Anyways, that's one of the 5-0s. Start the push. You can see 2465 down there. So, did that say 2465? Yeah, I'm going to be surprised if I pushed a lot with these teams, because I had about 30-ish battles between the two teams here. Yeah, I had about 30-ish battles between the two teams. So, I am playing all my sets now. I think I'm on like maybe 3 days straight of playing all my sets when I'm filming this. And I wouldn't be surprised if I start playing through my sets just to maybe put a little more effort into hitting Legend. Because we're, what, 4 weeks left in the season now? How many weeks left? Let me just check. We are 4 weeks left, including this week, which this week is over. So we only have 3 weeks left in the season. Master League and Retro Cup next week. It's a Great League, so 100% in Retro Cup only next week. And then there's a Great League and Catch Cup, which I assume we're just going to do Great League. And then there's a Great League, Ultra League, and Master League. So lots of 3 weeks of Retro Cup and then 2 weeks of Open Great League to finish off the season. Which is actually just crazy how low. There's got to be a Go Battle week here. Yeah, May 21st, which is Great League and Catch Cup. 21st to the 27th. I thought it said Wednesday to Thursday. I'm like, what? No, Wednesday the 21st to Tuesday the 27th. So a week go battle if you want to try to make a push. Which is, I was just thinking like, I I have played. I think I saw it this morning. 680 battles, which for me is ridiculously low. Like I'm usually at, like if this was before, I would be at already 12 to 1500 battles. So I'm half of where I used to be. Probably less than half, because I've taken off like full weeks almost. I play like maybe 5 sets in a week when I used to play every single set every single day. So I'm probably close to like 800 to 900 battles less than where I used to be back in the day. Anyways, amoongus on Cladle here. Take it out. I had super effective everything. What comes in? Tropius, Air Slash. So I will start spamming some Astonish Foul Plays. This is what I like. I think amoongus just has a crazy like variety of moves here that it's able to deal with so much. And carbink just, again, Air Slash is resisted, but just taking these super effective Leaf Blades. I mean, they are super effective, but two with ease, getting to a move here. So, and the fast move pressure is adding up. Again, Rock Throw is not amazing for fast move pressure, but it's got some fast move pressure for sure. Taking it to the deep red here. And coming diggersby, the Marowak, try to catch or just both instant swap there. Get the Scorching Sands off, which means it's now in Fire Punch range. They let it go. They do get off a Bone Club though. Fire Punch is resisted, obviously. So I'm shielding. Why am I shielding? Why am I not shielding up the grass move? Unless I think that they're dry on energy. Or that I'm going to get Air Slash down if they catch. And I make a nice catch. Catch the grass move after burning that shield. Catch the grass move on the poison grass. And they, sad noises, are out of here. Ferret. So they get into Corviknight. I don't have a good thing for Corviknight because this thing will have a Steel type move, which is double super effective against Carbink, and then a Flying type move, which is super effective against Amoongus. So I just, even though my tackles resist or quick attacks resisted, I need to just play out and spam super effective Fire Punches. So that is what we're doing here. And then we'll do some Dan Talk at the ending. See how long I can get to without doing Dan Talk. There's still 8 minutes of battles left. I want to talk about the Poke Daxi thing. I want to talk about my summer, which is actually like my last time for freedom here. About what I can potentially do. Or I just want to like brag that I actually have time off, sort of. Not from work, but from family. Also, my guarantee that I will not be able to cover the event, the Pokemon next season when it drops, because I will not be here. We'll talk about that in a minute. And Carbink is also one. Carbink is also, wow. Ferret is also one of the reasons that I brought Carbink out, because Ferret was everywhere. I know it has Trailblaze, but just being able to resist that Sucker Punch is huge. So I know this thing spans pretty quickly though, right? So I need to respect this Trailblaze coming at me here. Get to the Moonblast. Almost takes it out. And the Machop in the back is really farming up here. Power Gem resisted, but again, Machop's is, what a spicy pick, eh? And then I'm hoping, oh, I have a shield. I was going to say, I'm hoping I can live a move, but I have a shield and I'm out of move. I'm surprised they did not save a shield for Machop given how glassy it is. Okay, maybe I'll do one more battle and then we'll do the Dan talk. Weird one here. Again, both fast moves resisted. They have a super effective dynamic punch. Let's see if I try and catch. I do try and catch the dynamic punch, and I caught it. Like, I've caught a lot. I've seen these battles. I made a lot of good catches. I feel like I was playing pretty good. Catching the dynamic punch, they're going to farm up a bit more, but that's just going to let me get moves. They do make a catch on Sand Slash, which is your ice. And it's a non-shadow, which is almost worse for me. Oh, it's a Shadow Claw. Interesting. So it's a Shadow Claw, Sand Slash, which means it would be resisted on diggersby. If I just want to go back in here and get the fire punches off, because Claw is resisted on the normal typing. Yeah, and I'm already out of move, and these are double super effective, so it's not surprising that I went back in here. Take it out. Dugong, I'll just instant swap. I know it has super effective drill run. What was on the front again? The Dust Noir. I'm going to respect the shadow as opposed to a super effective drill run. That's an interesting decision. But I am definitely going to grab a shield here, knowing that if they want to get another move off, which I think they will, because they need to start putting some pressure on this Pokemon, or else I'm just going to Rock Throw down a lot. And I may, yeah. Knowing how much Rock Throw is going to do, super effective against the ice, and I may get to another move and grab that last shield, I think is just a nice combo to have here. So there we go. This will grab the last shield. I've now put them to the yellow, that even if they're going to take me out, I'll probably live at least one, and I make a drill run catch. Yeah, so as you can see, I was just probably on top of finding a team that I like. I definitely have made a significant amount of catches in these matchups, which is fantastic. Okay, 3 things I want to talk about. Let's start with the most recent one, Poke Daxi interview. I already asked my Discord for the pros and cons of the... It is one of the... There's 2 things I'll say about the interview. One is, whenever... I'll say a bunch of things. One is, whenever you do something new, and it's not immediately what people look for your channel, people don't watch it. And I've seen this with when I do vlogs. Like I did... I always do the Global Go Fest vlog. I did a vlog for New York when I was in New York Go Fest. And the views of my vlogs are always substantially low. Even though they put way more effort into it, those views are usually much lower. And it's not surprising given that people are here for GBL battles and GBL teams. So when they see like a vlog, they're like, I'm not really here for a vlog. They don't watch it. Understand that. So maybe interview, you're not, people don't want to do it. Second, also understand the length. When you're used to a 20-minute video, I can sit through a 20-minute video on... I watch most videos on like 1.5 speed. So I can sit through a 22-minute video at 1.5 speed and watch it in like 16 minutes, as opposed to an hour and 25 video. That's still going to take me like 40 to 50 minutes. That's too long. So I understand the length was a lot. I also understand that this is probably one that's going to live longer. So reason I put out top team GBL videos and top team videos and videos all the time is that they're so finite that they're going to be gone within, like, you watch them for 2 or 3 days, and then the opportunity for them to be rewatched is extremely, extremely low, which is why you just continue to put out new stuff like teams and stuff. And I feel like the Pokedex interview is one that will have legs for a long time, so it's maybe like shorter in the short term, but like get more views in the long term. That most of my videos would not. So I think there's like the ability for it to grow a bit. But it was definitely one of my lowest viewed videos in a long time. So I'd like to know if I continue to do this series, which I think I will, because I think they're nice breaks from just having straight GBL stuff. Let me know how you'd want me to adjust it, if there's stuff you liked or didn't like. I already saw some people want us to do like the battle each other. Maybe I'll start reaching out to people and maybe doing like a content creator one like we had before, but we'll see. Okay, number 2. There is a 99% chance I will not be able to cover the news for the next season when it drops, because the next season turnover is Tuesday, June 3rd. Tuesday, June 3rd is when the season turns over. So we're not going to get news on the Monday because that's too late. They do not give news on the Sunday, Saturday, because they don't want to work on the weekends, which means the news is coming on the Friday the 30th, Thursday the 29th, or Wednesday the 28th. I will be in Toronto for a work conference those 3 days. Don't plan on bringing my like personal computer, so I probably won't be able to cover it, which is very annoying, which means I have to get back Friday night late, like 9 o'clock, and shoot Friday night for Saturday when people have probably already digested the information. So still figuring out what I want to do there, but just an FYI, if you're wondering, like, where's Dan's coverage of it? I'm in Toronto at a conference. Maybe I'll bring like a wireless room. I'm still figuring out what I want to do. I'll decide closer to that. This one's kind of like a brag slash I have way more flexibility, so this summer you may see me stream more. Just giving you a heads up about July, how July will be different and how you may see me more doing different things, or you'll just see me stream more. So, for most of you know, I have two young kids. I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. My wife has been off work basically for the last 6 years. She had our daughter. She took like 18 months maternity leave. She went back for 6 months of work, then got pregnant again, and then was off with our son, and took a leave of absence from her work for the last 3 years. So she's going back to work in September because our youngest will start kindergarten in September. So both kids will be out of the house during the week, back to work for her, which means that her summers right now, like this summer, will be her last summer with the kids off, and then next summer we'll have to figure out like what are they called, like camps and stuff like that. That's next summer issue, but this summer they're off. She basically grew up her dad has a cottage where she basically grew up all summer. It was her and her brothers. They grew up there constantly. Like they were just there like pretty much 60 days a year. So she loves it up there, and she wants to spend as much time up there as possible. So she's like, I'm gonna basically spend a lot of the summer months up there. I'm like, okay, like with the kids, like okay, I'm working. So she's like, do you mind if I take a lot of time up there? I'm like, no. I didn't realize how much was a lot of time until she's like, here's my tentative plan. And the tentative plan is her to be gone 25 out of 31 days in July. And I'm like, that's a lot of time. Like I think in like my daughter's 6 years, I've been away from her for like 3 weeks. So we're going to be gone for like a whole month. That's quite a lot. Which is fine. I'll make up like trips on the weekend or whatever. But it means for the first time in 6 years, I'll be like, and they did go last year, so it's not truly like they've never done this, but the amount of time they're spending out there is substantial. Which will mean that I will have basically, let's call it 15 free nights, because I've already got some things that I want to do and will do. For those of you, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this. So I've done a lot of sports when I was younger. So my main sports were soccer, basketball, and golf were my main ones, but I played everything. I've had 3 ACL surgeries since 2011, so I can't play pretty much any other sport, but I can golf. The problem with the kids, I worked at a golf course in undergrad. I used to golf like 40 times a year. Last year I golfed twice. The year before that I golfed twice, and it's a mixture of just like cost and kids and time and ability and stuff like that. So 1, golf more. 2, last year was the first year in 11 years that I did not go to the music festival we have here in Ottawa. Actually, I think it's 13 years. It's always such a big music festival. It was like New York Go Fest last year, stuff like that. So I got like 3 nights. I'm going to see Green Day. I'm going to see some older bands like Def Leppard. There's also other nights like not my style, but there's other nights like Hozier and Shania Twain. I may check out, but maybe not, but I could go. So that's like 5 nights. And then if I want to see some friends, this is the time where I'm like, I don't have kids, I can come out. So those will be some nights, but outside of that, I'll have like 15 free nights where you know, some of them will be making videos, but I will now have more flexibility in making videos because for those of you who know, like I work 9 to 5 during the week. Most of the time I do these videos, it's 10 o'clock at night when the kids go to bed. I do like 2 videos a night most time. But if they're gone and I can do my videos at like 7 a.m. when I'm usually watching them, or like 5 to 6 p.m. we're doing like dinner, I have to watch them after dinner. I now have my nights free, which is why I want to do all these other things, plus maybe stream more. So just be aware, you may see me make more announcements or jump on stream more in July because I'll have more time and freedom. That is a true Dan talk there. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. And I don't know, again, I don't have any other team right now. I'm filming this in advance, like a few days in advance, but I don't have any other teams right now. And I'm sure there's others submitted. So you will either see another viewer submitted battle this afternoon, or maybe if I've got another team that I've like pushed a little more with, I'll showcase that. We'll see. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.